all signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
You found yourself a hunter.
Hey everybody, it's D here. Welcome to my Bloodborne walkthrough. Starting off at the very beginning, we just woken up in Iosefka's clinic. This is the tutorial section to Bloodborne. Shows you the different maneuvers and gets you started into the story. As typical with Dark Souls as typical with From Software's games, there's very little story, and most of it you have to find and piece together on your own. This right here is one of the only main pieces, excluding a few others throughout the game, that get you going in that direction. Handwritten scroll. Seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. And with that, we start our adventure. The rest of this room doesn't have anything. Another door over here, but it's locked. Through the door and down the stairs. And here's the notes. You can see if you're playing online that other people have left for you, and you can rate them fine or foul. If you rate them foul, I don't believe anything happens. But if you rate them fine, you can actually heal that person. It gives them a small little boost of health, and it's pretty helpful. If you're playing offline, you will see a few of these, and like this one. Yeah, part of the tutorial. So you can go through, take a moment to read those, but I'm going to continue on. You can see it's more little tables set up for more blood transfusions. Up ahead is the first monster. You can see him feeding up on somebody. Now you can try and fight them and run around them and get past them or move on, but honestly, without any weapons, you're not going to do nothing to them. See, look at that, 2, 3. This will more than likely be your first death in Bloodborne, but it's supposed to be. Well, whenever you die, You will restart at the last light post you lit, but for the first death you start off here in the Hunter's Dream. This is pretty much your hub world. This is where you buy items, you work on your weapons, you buy weapons, and where you do all your leveling. Right now there's not really a whole lot you can do, so your best bet is to just come up, and where are they? Oh, there they are. And pick up your first couple weapons. Messengers offer you a trick weapon. Choose one. Trick weapons are wielded with the right hand and employed in beast hunting. Excuse me. And you can see the game starts you with 3. Whichever one you choose is going to be depending on your build. My character has a skill / blood tinge build, so I'm going to want to use the threaded cane. As you can see, it has a C scaling with skill. Now if you were using a strength build, you'd want to use the hunter's axe, and same thing with the saw cleaver. Now you can see their stats and you can see how they scale in the second column down towards the bottom, the second from the bottom row, where it says attribute bonus. You can see like the arm, flexing. It says D, it means at that level it has D scaling. You can see the hand, that's your skill. That means it has E scaling. That little round hole thing is your blood tinge. You can see it doesn't scale at all with that. And then the star is your arcane, and you can see it has D scaling with that. Now this is the very basic level of the saw cleaver. As you go through and find materials, you can upgrade it, and every so often those will change. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but once say you reach level 3 saw cleaver, your strength might jump from D to a C. And it's the same thing with every weapon you find. But like I said, I'm a skill / blood tinge build, so I'm going to stick with the threaded cane. And then of course don't forget to equip it. Nope, wrong button. You can see there it is. And it looks just like a cane. And pretty much in this mode, it's like you're just beating them with a stick. And then when you press L1, it turns into the trick weapon. You can see it's holding it different. It looks a lot different. It's all jagged, not a stick anymore. And now when I swing it, it's a whip. And then to switch back, you press L1. There's all sorts of different attack combinations you can do. Like there's the basic 3-mode attack, or 3 swings, 4 swings, depending on your stamina. Then you can attack once or twice, and press L1, and you can do a transformation attack. And then it goes the same thing the other direction. When you're transformed, you do it twice and hit L1, and you'll transform back to your normal mode. And then of course there's rolling attacks. Oop, wrong button. And there's the back dash and but there's all sorts of different attacks you can do with your weapons. Jumping attacks, rolling, dashing, dodging, standard combos. This area also has a few messengers scattered about, and it's more tutorials telling you how to sprint and such. So take your time, explore those, practice some of the maneuvers. And then we'll pick up the rest of our weapon, or our second weapon, which the messengers offer you a firearm. Choose one. Firearms are wielded with the left hand and employed in beast hunting. Now you can see you have pistols. Bloodborne varies from Dark Souls. In Dark Souls you rely heavily on shields to repost and do stun attacks. In Bloodborne, to keep the action much more fast, to keep the action at a quicker pace, they got rid of the shield. You can pick up a shield later in the game, but it's pretty much worthless, and I haven't heard of anybody really ever using it. These are the starting two you get, and you can see that pistols scale with your blood tinge level. Now, you don't have to have points in blood tinge to level them up. As you go, they'll level up and you'll do more damage, but they will do more if you put points in the blood tinge. The difference between the two is the Hunter Blunderbuss is like a shotgun. Yes, a shotgun. Very powerful at close range, can deal massive damage, and it's much easier to stun enemies. The Hunter pistol, not as powerful, but it shoots off faster and has a farther reach. I'm going to stick with the Hunter pistol. It's what I'm used to and most comfortable with. And then one button again. Equip that. Now you can see where it says arms, and you have 4 slots. You can equip 2 weapons to each arm. So the first 2 are your right arm, and the second 2 are your left arm. So for your rifle, you'd want to equip it in the 3rd slot. And you can see I now have it in my hand. And to fire it, you just press L2. Now, depending on what weapon you have, when you transform, you cannot use your rifle. Most weapons, when you transform them, require 2 hands to wield. Well, you can't wield it with you can't wield your weapon with 2 hands while holding your rifle. So you need to know which ones do and which ones don't. You don't want to be stuck in the middle of a fight trying to perform a visceral attack against an enemy, and you end up doing a power attack or something, and you just get annihilated halfway through. And then the last item the messengers offer you, a notebook received from the messengers. Leave messages with these loyal servants to share them with hunters in other worlds. This is what you use to leave messages. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and keep hitting the wrong buttons. Let's go ahead and equip it. Nope. Here. Now, if you press the right side of the touchpad, it brings up this, like personal effects. This is where you can equip some items that you want to have quick access to, but you don't want to keep them in your quick select inventory. And this is your quick select inventory. Like the notebook, it's neat to have quick access to. Not neat, useful to have quick access to, which you don't want to have it down your quick select inventory when you can have Molotov cocktails or whatever else there instead. And then that is the doll. It's how you level up, but she is inactive right now, and we'll get to that later. This is the bath messenger. You can trade your blood echoes with messengers to buy and sell items. Purchase items. And right now, can't buy anything, don't have any souls or any blood echoes because we died. Now you look at these prices and you might not think that's a lot. Blood vial, how you heal yourself, it's only 180. Well, the prices increase as you progress through the game. When you defeat certain enemies, the prices will go up. I think blood vials get up to 1,500 blood echoes. I'm probably wrong, but I believe it's around that. But it's like that with with everything. I wonder if we can. Yeah, and there's some more equipment you can get later. But that's all they have. Yeah, and again, as you go through and as you defeat certain bosses, more items in their inventory will appear. Let's ignore the tombstones for just a moment longer. I don't even know if I can open this yet. Nope, can't open it yet. But inside this little chapel is where you do all your, where you modify all your weapons. The tombstones is how you fast travel throughout Bloodborne. You can see this is the Yharnam headstone. That's the main one you're going to use. The Awakening headstone. Oh, they all say Awakening until you... Yeah, until you activate a light post inside that area, they all say Awakening. But this one's the Yharnam. Yes, first floor, sick room. And this carries us into the second part of our tutorial, or one.